The process of coming to the United States takes about 3 years, guys. But there are certain things you can do to make sure that you hasten your process, to make sure that your process moves faster. And today I'm going to discuss about 3 ways by which you can make this process very fast so that you can take the shortest time as possible. But before that, guys, today I'm taking you out. I've finished some travel gigs and I'm back at my former address, and there is a place here, a museum, that every patient usually asks me, oh, you stay in that place, how about Corning Museum of Glass? And I'm like, unfortunately I've never visited that place, so I don't want to always appear like I'm stupid. I just want to go there and see what happens there. It looks like a very good attraction. All right, guys, let's go. We are going out. Here is your place. This is your seat. Sit here. Let's go. See what happens here when the animals or ducks are crossing the road. Every car has to stop to wait for them to cross. And by the way, the one thing that you must learn is how to drive and how to use GPS, because many places here nobody will stop on the way to tell you, oh, this is the way to go. No, it's only your phone that tells you take this route or take that route. I think this is the place. So if you want to buy imported glass flowers, they are just $14. These are all glass flowers here. Ooh, I think I like the roses. Ladies, these are $89. Oh my God, what is this? They also have ladies' bags. We also have ladies' bags all over here. Jewelry of all kinds. Wow. So these bags are $18, $40. Who's gonna buy a bottle for $40? These t-shirts are $18. They have a lot of things. They have hoodies. These are glass making tools. Other bottles are here. Nice things. Caps, t-shirts for kids, for people who want to design their houses and make them look beautiful. This might be your section. Alright guys, look at all this type of glass. I like this type of glass. It's so nice. Look at that. Look at that. I think this is generally for home design, but they are really expensive. Some of them $2,000, some of them $3,000. Very expensive. So these are some of the machines that were used to make early glass. They are saying this was the machine used in early production of glass.
8 to 10 seconds to trim that glass before it dissipates. But you trim that to essentially create a really refined, thin lip. It's kind of a decorative aspect. After we transfer the grain into permanent molecular bond, well, that's what we're going to see. And here they go. They're going to stick that little bottle on. He's just going to take it, stretch it out, and he's going to do it in a real Roman fashion here. He's going to stick it on by himself, and then he's going to essentially pull away really quickly. It creates sort of a really thin edge that just turns right on. And now we've got ourselves a lovely Roman handle here. Yeah, very nice. Now, if you don't want to this, but it probably might have a green tint to it. That green tint is from the natural days. Our glass is very clear because we have a really refined, pure silver sand. And once they have that handle, it looks like they're finished with this lovely picture viewer shape. And a little thermal shock and all like that breaks it free. Yeah, let's get my nice round of applause.
Alright guys, all the crap is gone. Now let's get into this video, how to come to the USA very fast as a nurse. Now I'm going to categorize this video into 2 categories. Number 1, I'm going to talk about the EB3 visa, which we always apply for, or it is usually called the green card or employment-based green card. Number 2 category, I'm going to talk about other types of visas that are available, but very few people talk about them as an option of coming to the USA. Now, let me first talk about the EB3 visa. Now, coming to the United States through this type of visa takes you about 2 to 3 years. And right now with the backlogs and travel bans, it may take you like even 5 years. However, we want you to work through the process very fast so that you don't become your own backlog. Are you getting my point? Now, I'm looking at someone who has finished school, nursing school, and I'm trying to save them time so that they can come here as fast as possible. Number 1, make sure that the moment you get your nursing license, your degree transcripts, verify your education very fast. Send your transcripts and the nursing license to CGFNS, which we call True Merit, so that they can verify your education. That process is very fast if you send the papers as soon as possible. Now, once your education is approved, that is the first success. You are now eligible to apply for the NCLEX. But what do nurses usually do in this process that delays them? 1, they delay to send papers. The CGFNS keeps sending you emails. We are waiting for your license. We have taken months without receiving your, your transcripts. And get a good courier that sends very fast, like DHL sends very fast, you know. The more expensive the courier is, it means also the more they are going to send fast. Do not get a cheap one. It may take months and months for them to send your papers to the USA. Now, the other step where people waste time is, once you are done with school, get a good hospital, because these employers from America want a nurse who has been through a big hospital, who has worked in a good hospital and has worked at least 1 year. So get a good hospital. If I was in Kenya, for example, I would go to Kenyatta, Jaramogi Oginga, Moi Teaching. If I was in Uganda, I would go to, Mulago Hospital, Mbarara Regional. These are good hospitals that will be accepted. Don't go to the clinic that is behind the kitchen and consider that experience. The moment you apply, they will say we are not accepting that hospital, and you will have to now start on the process of getting the experience again. Now, when you go into that hospital, guys, be in a good relationship with the human resource because they have to give you an employment certificate to indicate that you have been working there. Something for your information, you can use this information the way you like. The other step where people usually waste time is starting to review the NCLEX very late. Start reading for the NCLEX immediately you have left nursing school. This is when your knowledge is still very fresh, guys. If you wait to take years without reading for this exam, maybe the only thing you will be remembering from nursing school is the location of your cafeteria. So, knowledge evaporates. You don't want to wait for too long to start reading for the NCLEX. Read as soon as possible. And read together as you read for the NCLEX. Read also for the IELTS. Read for the English exam as well. Don't wait for a certain moment to read for the NCLEX and then a certain moment to read for the IELTS. Yeah, get your NCLEX results, get your English exam results together. That helps you to be ready for both processes at the same time. This is very important. Perhaps this is one of the most important parts of the video, is that you don't have to let the agency sponsor you for the NCLEX and the initial processes of coming to America, like sponsoring you for the NCLEX, credential evaluation with CGFNS. You just do that on your own money. But if you don't have money, that's very understandable. You can rely on the agency. But just know that agencies allow you to take the NCLEX when they feel you are now ready and you have gone through their own program and they have approved. Sometimes they want you to read for the NCLEX for 7 months. That is almost over half a year. However, if you do the process on your own, you can take the NCLEX when you feel you are ready. Maybe just 2 months is enough for you, maybe 3 months. 3 months is enough for you, and then you can go to the test center and pass the NCLEX on your own. Now, there are several advantages of doing this process on your own. One, there is faster processing. Once you pass NCLEX, even if you don't have that 1 year of experience, agencies will try to support you. You know, they will be salivating over your NCLEX. They will put you up front, you know, and they give you bonuses once you arrive here in America because you came as an NCLEX passer. They will put certain money in your bank account. Well, not all agencies, but at least my agency gave me some money for having applied to them after passing NCLEX. Even your contract will be shorter, as other people will be doing 3 years. You will be doing like 2 years and you are done with their contract. Guys, gather all the necessary documents as early as possible. Birth certificates, passports, employment certificates, police clearance certificates. These ones expire in 6 months, so I would advise you to wait a little bit. And then we have also marriage certificates. Sometimes life happens that maybe you divorced. Prepare for a divorce certificate. Military records if you have ever worked in the military, and then prison records. Okay, so that is very important. Vaccinations also. Start on your vaccine. This is where people waste time. Start on your vaccines as early as possible. Like some vaccines require some time between doses. So like, for example, hepatitis, Tdap, those ones require some time between doses. Sorry guys, there is a lot of wind here. I wanted to take you out today, but too much wind. But I hope my microphone will do a good job. Make sure you get all your vaccinations. Start on the vaccinations early, not only for you, but also for your children, for your spouse. And now, guys, the other one where people waste time is not using good resources to review for the NCLEX. The aim here is not to repeat the NCLEX, because we don't want to waste years trying to pass the NCLEX. So use resources that other people have used and passed. Use UWorld, use Sounders for content. You can use Mark Klimek review notes and use his audios. You can use Registered Nurse RN on YouTube. You can use Nurses Labs for free practice questions. Get good guidance like people on YouTube from me. You know, you can contact me and ask any questions. Don't approach this process in the dark. You will get lost. Okay. The other very important step where people waste time is on getting the right agency. Get a good agency that is able to file for your I-140 using premium processing. I-140 approval can take even 6 months. But if you get a good agency, they can do what we call premium processing, and the decision is made within like 2 weeks. Okay? So one of the questions to ask that agency is, do you do premium processing? If they don't do premium processing, just say, God of Habakkuk, goodbye. Get another agency that is able to serve you better, okay? Some of the good agencies that we always use that are popular include Avant Healthcare Professionals, Ogra de Payton, Shearwater Health, Passport USA, and many others, okay? Now, the other point where people normally waste time is medical. Now, I have already talked about the vaccines. Part of your medical interview is making sure you have the necessary vaccines. Get all your vaccinations early. And also, I would take an X-ray myself before going for a medical interview as early as possible. As early, even 1 year before the process begins, to make sure that my chest is clear. So that if I need to treat myself for TB, I start early. Some people reach the terminal stage and they tell them, oh, you have TB, and they have to start the treatment, which takes 6 months. So it can even, the process that delays you, that takes you back in the process and wastes a lot of time. Keep healthy, avoid infections that you can avoid, STIs, you know, and other health issues due to, you know, careless living. You get the point now. The other step where people waste time is information accuracy. There is a step ahead called National Visa Center. At that point, they give you a form known as DS-260. They ask a lot of things about your life, about you. That information should be revised every now and again so that the same information is produced at your visa interview. Okay? Now, they ask you about your spouse. Communicate, you, your spouse, your children, so that this information is consistent with what your spouse and children are going to tell the consular officer at the immigration, at the embassy interview on that final day. You know, some of you have issues between spouses, you know. You don't talk to your husband, you know, you are doing it in the dark, you know. You want to go to the US with children when your spouse is not aware, you know. Make sure that you agree on those issues. Life happens, which is very understandable, but make sure that you agree and the whole process is transparent, so that if the embassy can ask you letters of approval, for example, you are the wife, you want to go to the US with children, but you separated with your husband, who is staying in your country. They will want some approval letter, you know. So make sure that you communicate well, that you have the intention of immigration and you want to take the children with you. That is the first category, guys, that I wanted to communicate. I hope now your process is going to be faster because you know how to make it a little faster. Don't become your own backlog, okay? Now, there are other types of visas that people talk less about, which will help you to come to the United States very fast, and then you can do adjustment of status while you are here in the US and working already, okay? Now, the first visa is the H-1B visa. This is a visa that allows you to come and work legally in the United States as a temporary worker. The visa is valid for 3 years. Your employer can upgrade or reapply so that you get another 3 years. So the maximum is 6 years. However, even as you are working during those 6 years, your employer can file for permanent residency so that you get your green card finally. So this type of visa takes less than a year to get. Other than waiting for an EB3 visa that takes 2 to 5 years, someone can opt for this type of visa. The other type of visa is the F1 student visa. Now, if you have some money, you have finished your diploma in nursing, you can opt to educate yourself in America. There are good universities here that can easily give you an admission, like Grand Canyon. You can apply for the F1 student visa. You come here, you study. After you get your bachelor's degree, you can get an employer who can file for you a green card while you stay here in the US. Okay, so that is another way to do it. So there is a category of you that might want to use that option. The other option that I want to talk about, the last option, is for lucky people, you know. And I wouldn't advise you to use this one if you are not genuine. Some people are so lucky they get spouses, they get fiancés from the US, you know. You get someone, eh? In Kenya we used to call it kuangukia, wengine mnaangukia, eh? In Uganda we say okugwa mu bintu, you know. So you are so lucky you get someone who is a citizen of the United States and they sponsor you for a K1 fiancé visa. This one can take 8 months to get, and between 8 months to 1 year you are already in the United States. So when you come here, definitely you get married to your fiancé and you start working. You get a green card and you start working, okay? So guys, this is a very important video that I feel you can share with your friends. Remember to subscribe to this channel. Stay with me for other updates. Thank you for staying with me from the beginning to the end of this video. I hope that you benefited. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.